Let's call the meeting to order. It's 2 p.m. This is the Education Student Life Committee meeting. Let's do quick introductions. I'm Neil English, Superintendent.
Eric Hewitt, High School Principal.
David Zulkowski, 10th Street Principal.
Tina Monroe, Verner Elementary Principal.
I'll go. Erin Schutz, School Board Member.
Roger Pagoda, School Board Member. And Student Life Committee Member.
Okay. Ms. Sapowski is going to take our notes. New business. Let's start with Tina, because she's on a drive to her conference, so we'll have her go first and she can pop out. Dr. Monroe, a brief student life / education update, please.
Okay, we had our VIP breakfast Monday and Tuesday. We had PTO finish their Penny Wars, their fundraiser, and third grade won, so they will get a catered lunch. And we had Lexi at therapy dog.
You broke up there. Lexi, the therapy dog, you said?
Yes, she had a fancy new hairdo.
Okay.
I think she visited 10th Street too, so it was great. And we started with our school-wide positive behavior that adults can now also get our cards. And I have some incentives for them for our cards. I think we had picture day. So I think those are the highlights.
Those are the Verner highlights. Thank you, Dr. Monroe. Don't feel, you have any question? Anyone have any questions for Dr. Monroe before she pops out?
Yeah, no, thank you, Dr. Monroe. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you for letting me do this.
Hey, Tina, drive safely.
Okay, thanks.
Dr. Zulkowski.
Okay, I'll send this to Rainey, so you don't have to take notes, and then I'll send it to Mr. Pagoda, Mr. Schutz. Okay, so student life. We had our first principal's coffee at the end of September. I actually had a lot of parents come to that, which was great. We do that right after drop off. Our PBIS program is off to a really great start. That's, of course, for kids being ready, respectful, responsible. And I mentioned some of the things. We just had a winning row. So the kid that pulled the ticket got a lunch with me, the winning row, got a Sunday party, and then they got Raider Rockstar All-Star Pass, so they got to sit in the front row at the assembly. So they were pretty excited about that. And cool. Then we had this Lucky Locker Day to celebrate as a school. So I put prizes in 30 lockers. So it felt a little bit like Willy Wonka, like opening up the chocolate bar. So 30 kids were pretty happy. And I only had 390 that were not. So that's pretty good. But that went pretty well. So we're starting a thing where we have a student component to that program called the Kindness Crew. Sixth graders have to write why they want to be part of that. That's due on Friday. And I probably have about 30 kids already have signed up for this. So that's pretty awesome. We had outdoor movie night the last Friday, 2 Fridays ago. We had over 300 people here. It was great because it was the first time we got to utilize that turf. So that was fantastic. Couple similar things to Tina. Picture Day was the first. We have a book fair going on right now. Open houses tomorrow night. Fall Festival, which is our second annual Fall Festival. That's next Friday night from 6 to 8. And then, of course, Wed in a Month with our Halloween parade and parties. And then I'll move right into education. We had iReady diagnostic data meetings with the representative from iReady. So each grade level met with that person, and that helped them work on their SIP plans, their goals for the year. Camp Lutherland was last Thursday and Friday for both 5th grades at Verner and 10th Street. So I wanted to talk about that. We had Craig Tornquist come. He did a assembly on laugh lessons, basically telling kids to stay drug free. That was free from Allegheny County Pretrial Services. We have the Mayflower program. It's presented by Plymouth. I'm going to mispronounce this. Patuxent Museums up in Massachusetts. We have a grandparent who works for them, and they are coming in to speak individually to our 4th and 5th grade at the end of the month. And that was also free. And then I just mentioned a little bit about the marking period ending and parent-teacher conferences, but I will send all of this in just a moment. But that highlights student life and education at 10th Street.
Thanks, David.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. I got some highlights for you. I'm still collecting information. I'll get you guys the full report next week for your meeting on the 20th. But student life, Bible Club had their first prayer at the pole, went off without a hitch. A lot of people there. Mrs. Spahn was there and loved it. That she's now can be like a member of the club and not the sponsor of the club. So she was really happy to come back. But they meet every Friday and to get together. Model UN is preparing to host their annual learning conference here on Monday, where we bring other schools in and our kids are able to help other programs get their Model UN trained and train some of the other kids. Our kids completely run that conference. It's a great day. It's a great day for us, and it's a great day for these other schools that are able to come to that. The History Club just really started working on their National History Day topics. This year's theme is Revolution, Reaction, and Reform. Mr. Kubustek now also does the enrichment, and he's hit the ground running with that. He's doing a great job picking up, learning a lot of new things. Because, as you know, Mr. Kubustek, being a social studies teacher, doesn't necessarily, some of these things like the robotics were not his strength. So he's learning a lot of stuff. What else we got? The Sports and Entertainment Management will be hosting their annual bonfire. That's Thursday, October 23rd at 7 o'clock at the park. Looking forward to that. The band will be there. They'll have fundraiser stuff. It's a good time. Students completely run that as well. So that's a fun one to watch, fun one to be at. Student Council held their debrief after homecoming. Homecoming this year was great. I mean, the weather that entire week was phenomenal. They had a great dance. A lot of kids at the dance this year. So, they'll do their debrief, see where they can make it better, and go from there. PJS just getting up off the ground, getting things going. Same with the art club. Same with a lot of these clubs. They're just getting really things going right now. I guess the biggest news at this point, the junior class has picked the location for the prom. I guess since it's in the update, it's not a secret anymore. They're going to do it at the Elks this year. If you didn't know, we were unable to get into the country club this year. They're going to be doing some remodeling in the room that we use. We're hoping to get back in next year because whatever, it's great. I'll tell you what, as a chaperone, the food is phenomenal at the country club. I'm hoping that the Elks, the food will be good as well. But they chose the Elks mainly because the price was right. So the Elks really cut us a deal. That means less fundraising, cheaper ticket prices.
So did Kyle Reynolds sponsor them at the Elks then? Because he's rebuilding their entire new patio, taking it back to historical look.
How did you guess that it was Kyle? Yeah, it's very much Kyle.
Because Jude and I were walking and we went past Kyle and he was building the patio. He was building the porch. He was the one putting the porch back on.
He was actually doing it himself.
Yeah, he's doing it, and they live across the street. And they've been members for years. So makes sense.
Yeah. So he was a big part of that.
That's awesome.
So we're back to the Elks. Education-wise, similar to Dr. Zolkowski, I think it was in the last update anyway, the iReady first round done. We've already gone over the data. We've held our conferences with students, gearing up. Students set goals for the second time around, setting up some other meetings with the teachers to look at the data. Year after year, it's impressive how deep in the new things that they learn, how deep they dive into some of that information. We had the PSATs today. As you may or may not have heard, we had to cancel and hopefully we'll postpone the ASVAB exam. It was canceled because of the government shutdown. So hopefully we can bring that one back a little bit later in the year. March. The quarter will
Mr.
be ending in
Hewitt,
a
I
couple
got a
of
question
weeks.
for you about ASVAB. All
Yes,
the kids
sir.
take, all the kids take that? What are their grades?
Juniors.
Just the juniors. Okay.
Yeah. A couple reasons we do the ASVAB.
So
One,
they have
it's
to
more
do
of
the
a-
ASVAB and the PSATs like back to back or?
Well,
pretty
that's
close?
what we had planned this year, just to get them
Yeah.
both out of the way.
Got it.
Get them done, you know. Both of those exams can be a secondary pathway for Act 158, which is you have to pass all three Keystones law. And, you know, I'd say about 85% of our kids do that, but then the other 15 to 20% need an alternative pathway. A 970 on the PSAT or a 31 on the ASVAB will get you done that way, but there's other pathways for the students that don't do that as well. Quarter ends here in a couple weeks, as Dr. Z said. You know, parent conferences will be coming up shortly after that. Our SIP plans are all turned in from the teachers as of last week. Observations are well on their way, and we're off to a pretty good start.
Any questions for Dr. Z or Mr. H?
Not from me, no. Appreciate it. Been an exciting year for us as well, getting started. So, Penny's loving it over at the junior high, and Poppy's, you know, really enjoying third grade. So, thanks to all of you for making it possible.
Thank you, sir. We don't have any old business, so we now move into the hearing of citizens. Anyone like to speak? No? Our next meeting is TBD. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to continue with the public student life meetings, you know, or you want to do less or more or somewhere in between. So I'm assuming we'll have a discussion about that in November, but
Yeah.
if we have a next meeting and it's on a current schedule, it'll probably be Wednesday, April 8th. Any other information for the greater good? Admin, thank you for all that you do to oversee all of the many programs and the educational opportunities for the kids. Education and student life board members, thank you for your support of the district. We appreciate you. And without any additional questions or concerns, we move to adjourn. Can I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Pagoda?
Yeah,
I'll second.
why not?